Hi guys, I hope you are all doing well. Let's see today's question. So today's question we are taking this up from the topic of probability. And if I talk about the question that is given to us here from this topic, the question tells us that sum of two positive integers is 24, and the question is telling us probability of the product not less than means product will be greater than or equal to 3 4 times the greatest possible product of the two integers. The probability of this is given to us as m over n, where GCD means the highest common factor or greatest common divisor of m and n is given to us as 1. The question is asking me to figure out what is the answer for n minus m in that case. And if I talk about the answer choices that we have been given here, the options are 10, 11, 9, and 8. So these are the four answer choices that we have been given here. Let's see how to solve this question further. Let's understand that. Before solving this question, I'd first like to tell you that please do subscribe to my channel and support the channel as well, because it takes lots of efforts in making these videos for you, and it is free for you but also motivates me to put up better content and try to make the solutions as easy as possible so you understand them in a better way. So if I see here, the question is first telling me that sum of two positive integers is 24. Let's say the two positive integers that have been given are a and b. So if I see the condition 1, it's basically telling me a plus b is 24. So I know that sum of this 2 is 24. That's one condition given to me. Now the question also tells me something about the greatest product of the two integers. So if I want to find the greatest possible product for the two integers a and b, I can just use the idea which we already know here, and that is arithmetic mean is always greater than or equal to your geometric mean. So if I use that idea, I know arithmetic mean is basically a plus b divided by 2, and geometric mean is square root of a into b. So if I use that idea further, a plus b, I know it is 24 divided by 2 has to be greater than or equal to square root of a into b. So I get this, that ab would be less than or equal to, because I'm squaring that. So square of this basically becomes 12. So 12 square, which is 144. So I get the greatest possible product is less than or equal to 144. So the greatest possible product is equals to 144. So I get this. Now, once I have this with me, I know the product of two positive integers is 144. Now, further, if I try to solve the question, it also tells me probability that the product is not less than 3/4 of greatest product. So let's find the required product that we want. So required product should not be less than 3/4 of the greatest thing. So it should not be less than means it should be greater than or equals to 3/4 of greatest, which is 144. So I get this is 36, and that basically makes it 108. So the required product should be greater than or equals to 108. We have to find the probability of that, right? So we have to find the probability of the product of the two integers becoming greater than or equals to 108. So first, let's try to figure out that. Before doing that, first, if I define the sample space, means how many total possible outcomes I will have for the question. I have been given sample space is basically sum of the two positive integers has to be 24 always. So, and they have also told us positive integers. So I cannot take 0 as well here. So the first number I can take is A23, B1. Like that, I can have second as 22, 2, then 21, 3, 24. Like that, you can have till 1 and 23. So these are all the possible options that I have here. And if you see here, so from 23, 1 till 1, if I see how many terms do I have here. So in total, I have 23 terms because it's decreasing by 1 every time it's going from 1 to 23. So it's basically having 23 terms. So number of terms in the sample space is 23. So I know n of s is 23. Now let's find number of possible outcomes in the favorable event that is asked to us, where required product should become greater than or equals to 108. So if I see 23, 1, 22, 2, 21, 3, 24, 19, 5, 18, 6. Now, if I see here, what is the product becoming? 23, 44, 63, 80, 95. 18 times 6 is 108. So from here, it starts on becoming 108. So first 5 are out of it, right? And then from 18.6, if I see 17.7, all of them will have the product increasing. So basically, it will become greater than 108. It will continue on. And if I just switch the terms 123, 222, 321, 4 and 20, then 5 and 19. All of this will also become same values, which will also not be the part of favorable outcomes. So in total, out of 23 outcomes, this 10 do not satisfy the required favorable event. So this 10 are out. And that basically tells me number of favorable outcomes for the event that is given to me, where the product should become greater than or equals to 108. That is basically total were 23. Out of that, 10 does not help us. So the remaining 13 are my favorable outcomes. When the remaining favorable outcomes are 13, I can just find the probability of the question that's asked to me that says the required product should be greater than or equals to 108. So probability of that becomes 13 over 23. And when that becomes 13 over 23, if I just equate it with m over n, according to the question, I can just find m and n by just comparing them. And they have also told us GCD of m comma n is 1. Means there should not be any common factor between m and n except 1. So I can just have this m and n as the same values, 13 and 23. Because it is the ratio, I can just write m as 13x and n as 23x. But since there's nothing common between them except 1, x should be 1. That common multiple should be 1. So that gives me m is 13 and n is also 23. Now, once I have that, the question is asking me to figure out just the value of n minus m. And that basically becomes 23 minus 13. That is 10. So I get the answer to the question, and that's 10. So if I see the answer choice that matches here, it is option A. So this is how you solve the question. So first what you did was you used the idea of arithmetic mean being greater than or equals to geometric mean. That gave you the greatest possible product turning to become 144. Then I just found 3/4 of 144. So I got that I want to find the probability that the required product of the two integers a and b should become greater than or equals to 108, because 3/4 of 144 is 108. I had the sample space of 23 terms in total. Out of that, 10 did not satisfy the given requirement of probability of the product being greater than product of the terms being greater than 108. And that was just satisfied by the remaining 13 outcomes. So your answer becomes 13 over 23 for the probability. Then I just compared it. I got m as 13 times a common multiple and n becomes 23 times a common multiple. But since they have told us there's nothing common between m and n except 1, I put x as 1, and that gives me m as 13 and n as 23, which gives me n minus m is 10. So that basically matches with option A. So A becomes the correct answer here. I hope you have understood how to solve this type of question. I'll see you again tomorrow with some other question from some other topic. And we are going to continue our series of questions on JEE mains. So stay tuned for more videos to roll out. Also, if you're enjoying these videos that we are doing on everyday basis, please do like the videos as well, and do subscribe to my channel and share this channel with your friends also who are involved in the preparation of questions on JEE, so they can also take the benefit from these questions that we are solving on everyday basis. Thank you.